The internet is swarmed with praises for actor-producer Ajay Devgn for bringing out the story of one of India's fearless Maratha warriors, Tanhaji Malusare, who was the military leader of Chhatrapati Shivaji Maharaj. But how many of you know the story of Umabai Dabhade, the first woman chief in Maratha Army who challenged the Peshwas? Clueless? Let's find out her story in this episode of Not for Women Only with me, Sunita Iyer. Rising above the challenges, knowing the accepting nature of her husband, the Maratha Senapati in Gujarat, and ruling the Jagirs when her elder son was killed in battle, Umabai Dabhade carved her name and became the first woman commander-in-chief of the Maratha Army. After Khande Rao's death in September 1729, Trimbak Rao, the eldest son of Umabai, took charge as the Senapati. At this time, Bajirao was the Peshwa of the Maratha kingdom. The two were at loggerheads about the Chauth tax, which led the Prime Minister and the Commander-in-Chief to a battle. The rebel Trimbak Rao was killed in this battle in 1731 and all his assets and his position were offered to Yashwant Rao, his younger brother. Yashwant Rao was still too young to take charge and so Umabai became the Dabhade matriarch. Under the command of Chhatrapati Shahu, the Peshwa allowed the Dabhades to continue collecting the Chauth tax as long as they gave half of their collections to the Prime Minister. Umabai pretended to reconcile with the Peshwas, but since she had held a grudge against her son's killer, she never paid the dues. This continued until Peshwa Bajirao's death in 1740 and Shahu's death 9 years later. When Rajaram II, the new Chhatrapati, took over along with his Peshwa Balaji, they faced severe financial trouble. As a result, they decided to force the Dabhades into paying their dues. Sensing that a battle between Tarabai, the Maratha queen, and the Peshwa was imminent, Umabai dispatched a force of soldiers under her command to aid Tarabai. However, the Peshwa defeated this army and demanded that Umabai pay an equivalent of rupees 25 lakhs and surrender half of the Gujarat territories as war indemnity. Later, in a surprise attack, Balaji held the Dabhades captive. Umabai, among others, were at the mercy of the Prime Minister. Even as Umabai eventually lost her fortune to her army commander Gaikwad, who was made the Maratha chief of Gujarat, the courage she showcased while standing up to the Peshwa is hardly shown by anyone else. Today, Umabai has been largely washed out from public memory, but her valor in standing up against the Peshwa's unjust taxes on her subjects and the women's war that she led alongside Shivaji's daughter-in-law is a chapter of history that deserves a special mention. Thank you for watching this episode of Not for Women Only. For more such videos, stay tuned to MyNation.